Oh yeah, UFC 298 is in the books. It's your boy Mark, and I'm back here with Jackie. And we're gonna go over the event because it was a banger with a lot to talk about, especially the main event. So, we're gonna recap our picks that we did on Saturday, right before the event. And a little bit of a spoiler, I won my picks.
Can't believe it's the first time. This never happens to me.
Well, this was the big one. This was the main event, and we'll go in reverse order of the fights that ended up happening. So, in reverse order, we go main event first, and what a main event it was. Ilya Topuria knocks out champion Alexander Volkanovski in the second round, knocked out cold. I was shocked that it happened this way. I obviously picked Ilya Topuria to win, but I didn't think that he would win in spectacular fashion the way that he did. Obviously, he believed in himself, but what do you think? What do you think will happen?
I thought it was a great fight. I thought that both guys were going at it, and they just did a really good job. I think. I was not expecting what's his name, Ilya,
Yeah.
Ilya to win. It was 5 seconds before the knockout. I told Mark, I was like, I feel like this guy's gonna get humbled. Meaning the champ was gonna humble the new guy.
Mm-hmm.
And no, he got knocked out.
Knocked out cold, and now this gives two back-to-back knockouts to Alexander Volkanovski in a span of, I think, less than 6 months. So he wants a rematch. I would like to see him take some time off because two back-to-back knockouts is never a good thing, especially he's getting older in age. And not to mention, there's a stat that's going around out there that for any weight class that's 155 or below, no champion 35 or older has ever actually defended their title against a younger challenger. So those lighter weight classes are not forgiving for those getting older in age, like this guy.
Damn.
What other notes did I have? Yes. Volkanovski wants a rematch. Like I said, I would like to see him take some time off. I think there's some serious considerations now about what his chin is going to look like in fights going forward because it's not a good look, especially as you're getting up there in age. But now Ilya Topuria is a star in the making, and one could argue that he's a star now already. I don't know if you saw this roll of Spanish superstars in sports and in acting that were all giving their support to Ilya before the fight. And now Dana White is talking about doing an event in Spain.
You might go to Spain, you guys.
Yeah, that would be huge. UFC could be on the cusp of having a big, like, McGregor level star just in the Spanish market and in Europe. This could be really, really huge for the company. Hell of a fight. Still in shock that it happened this way, but Ilya is the man. He is the champion at 145 pounds.
Good job.
Good job. This was another banger fight. This was 3 rounds of hell between two dudes that were just slugging it out, just swinging and banging. What did you think?
I thought this was a great fight too. I knew that this guy was not going to win. He looked tired, I think. Like
He gassed out towards the
he
end.
gassed out.
He landed the bigger punches, had Robert Whittaker on skates in the end of the first round, probably saved by the bell. Robert Whittaker edges out a decision, unanimous decision across all ref scorecards. I think he did enough to win the fight. I think Paulo landed the bigger shots, but as far as volume, consistency, Robert Whittaker was throwing more combos. Combos and those calf kicks were just brutal. You could see Paulo's leg just welt up. So we both picked Whittaker. So the pick went good for both of us. But besides that,
It's a great fight.
It's a great fight. Absolutely a great fight. Paulo Costa was probably, even though he didn't win the fight, that was probably the most disciplined I've seen him fight.
It was the best fight I think he's done this far.
Yeah. The one with Romero was really good too, but I think that this is probably, especially after taking so much time off, he came back looking really, really solid, and I think he'll still be.
He looked real juicy.
He looked juicy.
Juicy.
Yeah, it's a beautiful man. He will stay. He will stay a contender at 185 pounds. It was close. I think overall, like I said, Whittaker's output and discipline did him well. All right, so not every main card is going to be banger after banger. This fight was not a banger. In the end, both of us got this pick wrong. Jeff Neal ends up losing to Ian Gary Split decision, actually. So the judges had it a little bit. One judge, I think, had it towards Jeff Neal. Two other judges had it for Ian Gary, but very, very split. I think one judge might have given Ian Gary all rounds, which is pretty ludicrous to think about it. But I don't hate the result. I think the right man might have won. Jeff Neal just looked flat-footed out there. He looked tired. He looked like he was just trying to throw big punches, but not throwing combinations. Ian Gary was just circling on the outside, keeping him at range, using his kicks, using his jab. Basically outpointed Jeff Neal. Not the most exciting fight, but what do you think?
It was boring. Yeah, I don't really have comments on this one, other than they kept showing his wife.
Yeah.
She looks good though, but I didn't need to see his wife that much.
Well, that was a big storyline going into this fight. A lot of the online chatter that was happening for Ian Gary. Ultimately, I think this was a must-win for Ian Gary, especially at this stage of his career. Jeff Neal, I think, still has potential, but this was not a great performance by Jeff Neal, and even he said so himself after the fight. So we both lost this one because we both picked Jeff Neal. So if you're keeping score, I am up 2-1. I'm 2-1 so far, and then you are 1-2. Yeah. And it doesn't get any better for Jay. So the second fight of the night was Merab Dvalishvili absolutely putting on a masterclass against Henry Cejudo, which was crazy to see, especially this picture right here. I mean, my man Merab was just picking Henry up, ragdolling him, throwing him up against the fence, talking to Zuckerberg while he has Henry Cejudo in a choke. Nobody has sunned Henry Cejudo this bad, I think, ever in his career.
Beautiful.
It was
beautiful. He needed that. He needed to get humbled. He was just talking a lot of shit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's what Henry does on a regular basis.
I just hate the way he talks.
Yeah. That's his whole gimmick, right? He likes to be corny. He likes to be cringy. And this time it didn't actually turn out too well for him.
But it was a good fight.
It was a good fight. Good fight for Merab, which now basically Dana White is saying that Merab is going to be the next challenger at 135 pounds. And rightfully so. I think Merab has been due this title shot for probably some time, but he should get the winner of Sean O'Malley and what's his name? I keep forgetting. Oh, Chito Vera. Yeah. Good fight though.
Good fight.
Happy for Merab. I think he deserved this win. And opening up the main card was Fluffy Hernandez against Roman Kopylov. This one was another one that did not go well for Jackie.
Oh, I forgot.
Yeah, you picked Roman Kopylov to win this one based on his look and his fro. Yeah, I said from the very beginning that I think Fluffy Hernandez is very underrated. I think he's been slept on. I think he has a lot of potential in the middleweight division, and he was another one that put on a show. He was having the choke in on Kopylov. I think he choked him out in, was it the second round? Mm-hmm. Might have either been second round or third round. But before that, the striking looked good. He was definitely keeping up with Kopylov's punches. Kept a pretty good pace. He took some shots, but showed that he had a chin, showed that he's durable, and in the end, he got the submission over a totally game Roman Kopylov, which is big win for him. I think this was his big sort of coming out party, and I think he should be fighting higher ranked dudes from now on.
I guess. I thought it was okay. I wasn't like crazy about this fight.
Yeah, I liked it. And I thought Fluffy Hernandez's faces that he was making when he was sinking in the choke. I mean, this guy, he's oozing confidence, as he should. I'm all about this guy right now. So, if we're keeping score, what was that? I got 4 picks and only lost 1.
Yeah.
And you had 3 picks, right?
In my defense, 2? I had woken up from a nap, so I was not fully prepared nor fully aware of my picks.
Oh no, you only got 2 picks right. Think about it. All right, let's go back. So you picked Kopylov and he lost. You picked Merab, he won. So that's 1-1. Then you picked Jeff Neal like I did. So that's 2. Then, oh no, Whitaker. So yeah, never mind. You got 3.
3.
Yeah, so, but I won this card. It was a banger pay-per-view. We got to watch it in the theater. Great experience. And I'm excited for UFC 299. Should be a good one.
Till next time. Bye.